All right, what's up, everybody? This is episode 2 of Mental.
Mental episode 2.
We just sat here for 40 minutes playing with light bulbs, and neither of us can see anymore.
Yeah, we can't see anymore. We're totally, yeah, we're pretty blind right now. But we're trying to make it
Look good.
a little bit
Look
more
good.
aesthetically pleasing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got some LEDs and tried some different color lighting and things like that. Always in change, just like everything. So
We've changed our lighting quite a bit. We put up some curtains, so there's not as much washout from the outside lights and stuff. But
anyways,
that's something.
Yeah,
That's a little behind the scenes stuff. It's fun to play around with now that I can't see. I have like a ring, like I can't even look at you.
How was your week, man?
It was good. It was eventful.
Yeah.
It was Easter Sunday.
Oh, that's right. You went down.
So we went down to with Ileana's family, and that was something else. That was something else. Yeah, it was pretty good.
Okay.
This dog sitting right next to me,
Nala.
biggest shithead on the planet.
Well, what'd she do?
This is one of the most powerful. So this actually wasn't for Easter. So we got asked. Ileana's family lives downstate, and we got asked to visit a store downstate to help make it look nice.
Oh, yeah.
And so we were down there for Easter, and then we decided to come back up Monday. We worked our shift Monday up here, and then we drove back down.
You're going back and forth.
We went back and forth a bunch.
I was wondering because you texted me, so I'm in town. I'm like, I thought you were out.
Yeah, I'm away until Wednesday, but I was here.
Yeah.
I was here Monday night. So, but what we did was, the dogs on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
It was really not fair to them because they got locked up here when we drove all the way here.
Yeah.
Then they got locked up here. Then we went to work, so they were. I mean, Nala has free reign of the house, but they were locked up for 9-ish hours, 9.5 hours. Then we came back, got in the car, or went to bed, so they didn't get any exercise or anything because we were exhausted. Then we got in the car, drove down 5 o'clock in the morning, drove all the way down there, got to her parents' house, dropped the dogs off, and went to work again. So
they were just antsy.
Yes, and Nala dropped one of. Listen, I almost killed her. Almost killed her, but you almost have to respect it. One of the biggest power moves I think possible. We left, and Ileana's dad was the first one to come home, and when he walked through the door, she was up on their dining room table, taking a shit.
Nala was. Are you kidding me?
She shit
on the dining room table.
On the dining room table.
What was the reaction of the in-laws?
He wasn't happy. He wasn't super pleased. He was actually he was way nicer than I would have been. He took a picture and sent it to Ileana.
This is your dog.
And said, "What the fuck is wrong with your dog?" I said,
Ileana should have said that happens at our house all the time.
She just laid out the biggest middle finger and just took a shit on the dining room table.
That's weird.
I almost killed her.
Do you have any idea why she would have done that?
Well, she went up onto the dining room table to eat all the cat's food because they have a cat.
Oh, they put the food up there?
They put the food up there so that the dogs couldn't get to it.
Not only did we get to it, but we left you back.
And her mom is she's gonna be something else with the grandkids because her mom is super protective of them.
Oh boy!
So she was trying to blame her dog because Daisy's locked up, so it couldn't have been
not
Daisy.
possible.
Well, it's also Daisy takes human-sized dumps, so it's definitely not possible.
She's 70 pounds right now.
I think she's pushing 75 now.
It's a big dog.
But so not only is that not possible, but Plum, which is their dog, is slightly larger than Nala, but that one's at least plausible. But she's the same size as Nala.
Yeah.
She's just fat as shit.
Yeah.
So
Nala's a climber, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And
she's also really smart. She opens up purses and stuff to get inside purses and everything. Yeah. She's got that nose and the know-how.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
Yeah.
My last the German Shorthair pointer that died, Elsie. She was in my wife's purse a number of times, and we had to take her back. We had to take her in because she tried to OD on who knows.
We had to take Nala on one time because she had an entire year's worth of birth control. or a month's worth, whatever it is. I don't know how birth control works. However often you're taking, she took like one of those whole packs, one of those whole tins.
Yeah.
She took like the whole thing of birth control.
Hey, would you take a pill if they offered it for men? Would you take that on? Would you take that on?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not. But I'd like. I don't know if this is like TMI here, but I'm just gonna throw it out there.
I'm sorry, I didn't put you on the spot.
No, I wouldn't even like. I'd be fine if Ileana stopped taking it.
Right.
I don't care.
Right.
So that's what I wouldn't take it because I want to have kids. So I don't know why would I take it.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
I'd probably take it if I didn't want to have kids or we already had kids. I would.
Then you would consider it.
Yeah.
Would you rather do that or get a vasectomy?
I would probably rather get a vasectomy.
Yeah.
I think. That's a hard one though.
That is hard.
I don't know. I don't want to.
No,
but,
no one wants to
But I think so. I don't know. I think I'd rather get a vasectomy though, because I also don't want to be like pumping myself full of drugs. I don't really know what they are. I also hate that when people are like, not to get like, I don't think this is political, but like for vaccines and stuff, when people are like, you don't even know what's in it. You don't know what's in fucking anything. You have no idea what's in any goddamn thing. Like you don't even know what's in Tylenol. They could be put anything they want in there. Do you not take any drugs? Because that's the only way you would know what's in it.
Well, that's not complete.
Dude, you don't know what's there's a label that says what's in it. You could put anything you want on any label in the world.
Oh yeah, but it's all tested though. It's all FDA tested.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I don't like that reasoning because you don't know what's in it.
Well,
you can say the same thing about vaccines though too. You don't know what's in they're tested. My brother's in quality control. He's a jackass.
Well, don't say where he works now.
No, he's like the opposite. He's a stickler. Like he's a jackass on that side.
Oh, you mean
he'll make sure everything is
in the sense
perfect.
that he wants perfection.
Yes, like absolutely perfect. So I know that they do.
Well, that's the trait you and him share anyway. So you guys either do it to perfection or it doesn't.
Or don't do it. Yeah.
That's funny. Wow.
But
that's a way to start off the week.
Yeah.
Big poo on the dining room table.
And then the next day, Daisy's just running people over. Yeah. Daisy's running people over. We brought her to their neighbor's house. Their neighbors, I love their neighbors. They're literally like family for them. Yeah. So they come to all their family holidays and everything.
So it's not the ones across the street.
No. But they're like family friends, or not family friends. They're like family. Okay. And their dog just recently passed away. He was a boxer and he was a really, really sweet dog. Yeah. And he had a brain tumor or something.
I suppose I've heard that those are really good family
boxers.
Family dogs, yeah.
And they loved him, and I think he was their second boxer. But they only had him. They rescued him when he was like a year and a half old. Yeah. And then they only had him for like 2 years. And he passed away. So they're hurting, and
Man, hats off to people that rescue dogs that are like a little bit older, because
I don't think I could ever do it.
Every time you do it, I've done it, and every time I've done it, it's like you may as well the dog may as well be speaking a different language.
Yeah. Well, it's because you don't know how people trained it or if they trained it or anything. Yeah. He fell right in our pool. He came here for Ileana's graduation party, and it was like he didn't even know what water was. He walked up the sidewalk and just straight into the pool.
Right in.
Like he was gonna walk across it. He just walked straight into the pool. Yeah, he freaked out. And it was like
that's way deeper than I thought.
And it was like early April, so like no one wanted to get in the pool. Or it was like early May, so no one wanted to get in the pool and like get him out. But he was freaking out. He was a fun dog. But we brought.
Was that after your saltwater conversion?
No, that was way before.
Oh, okay.
That was the first year. Actually, it might have been the housewarming. I don't remember what it was.
Okay.
It was housewarming or her graduation, but he walked right into the pool. But they wanted to see Daisy because Daisy reminded them of. We brought Daisy and Nala to Easter in shifts. So we went for Easter, like dinner and stuff.
Yeah.
And when we took Nala.
Yeah.
During dinner, and then after dinner we brought Nala home, and we got Daisy and brought Daisy to Easter. So because people wanted to see Daisy, but I didn't feel like fighting with her.
It's tough. That puppy age is so tough. Yeah.
She was really, really good.
Oh,
people were like, I hate it. Not that I hate it. We have our dogs there, and every single person is like, oh my God, how did you possibly train these dogs? They're so well behaved. They're amazing. And then I come home and they're fucking shitting on the table and sprinting around the house, knocking over old ladies and stuff.
Yeah.
But when we're out, they're like perfect.
Oh, they're good.
Yeah, they're really good. Daisy was playing with, so one of Ileana's cousins has three young kids, but two really young kids.
Yeah.
And she was playing with one of their Ileana's second cousin, I think. She was playing with one of them, and I've never seen her behave. It's like she knows, because she plays really well with my niece.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like she knows, because she was playing so well with this kid. It was crazy. She was bringing him her frisbee, and she was like giving him the frisbee, and then he was like throwing it like I don't even think he's 2. So he was throwing it like 3 feet, and Daisy was picking it up and sitting down and giving it right back to him, and they did that like 15 times.
It's funny how dogs, not all dogs, but a lot of dogs are really good with kids. Yeah. Elsie was awesome with kids. Like it was funny to watch her because she could barely contain her ass. Like her ass was just shaking out of control. But the rest of her was just like really
being
gentle.
So gentle. Yeah. That's exactly how Daisy is. Yeah. Nala doesn't want anything to do with kids, but she's not nasty. She just
got her own thing.
Yeah. And then she went up to get water because he played with her for like 2 hours, and she actually ended up getting tired, even though he was only throwing it like 3 feet. She ended up getting tired because she was just running back and forth, and back and forth,
doing wind sprints basically.
And I was like, okay, she needs to take a break, so let's go get her some water. So we brought her up, gave her a bowl of water, and she started drinking the water. And their other daughter, who is she's younger than that kid.
Okay.
And she walked up, and they freaked out. Ileana's cousins freaked out because she walked up while Daisy was drinking water, and she walks up and grabs both sides of her face, and she's got some like she's got all sorts of hounds in her, so she has a very floppy face. For anyone that doesn't know. And she walked up, she grabbed both sides of her face, and like while she's drinking, and like pulled both lips like all the way out.
And nothing.
And Daisy she just like stopped, and she's like looking up at her, and they're freaking out, which probably rightfully so, but they're like, don't do that, do that.
Yeah.
But she was just sitting there wagging her tail.
She's a pretty pliable dog.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, that's good.
But it was funny.
I've been trying to. I'm weighing that with all the neighbors because where I live is in a condo complex, so we have a lot of people, and not only that, but we have like a major walkway that goes by our house. It goes all the way down to New York City, in fact. And so I'm out there with our new puppy, and
everyone wants to touch her.
And it's kind of a careful balance because you really want your puppy to not jump on people and things like that, but everybody's like reaching down. Oh, it's totally
patting.
It's like, God, stop. But at the same time, it's such great socialization, But she's been a handful. I'm sure. I really have, honestly, I forgot how hard it is to do a new puppy, and it is no joke.
No.
I can imagine parents. I understand. I mean, I've got 5 nephews. I get it. I see my sisters at their wits' end with their kids, especially younger. I've been at their houses like that, but you forget, and it's fun though. It's a lot of fun, especially because you've been using the same app that I've been using.
I've been using Doggo.
The Doggo app, and I've been trying to train her through there, and it's such an awesome. We've said, I think we even mentioned in the last podcast.
Did we mention on the last one?
We might have. I can't remember.
On the ones we didn't air.
First podcast. Probably on the one that we didn't air.
We've talked a lot about it.
We did like 9 or 10 episodes before we even let our garbage come out to you guys. So, anyways, that's been an awesome thing. And it's the fun part is the scene when it clicks. And then they actually get their name. And, So that's
and they're
awesome.
they're so excited about it too, which is always super cool.
Yeah.
Like Daisy, I remember when Daisy learned, because it took Daisy a while to pick up on paw or shake, whatever you want to call it. It took her a while to pick up on that one. Yeah. And when she finally picked it up, she was like running around giving people paw. Like she was like so excited about it. She was like, I figured this shit out. She's like giving it. Ileana's like trying to eat cereal. Ileana hates it. Oh my God, that was one of the worst mornings in a while. She was trying to eat cereal on the couch. She was getting ready for work, and she had a big bowl of cereal and was trying to eat it on the couch. And Daisy ran up and was begging, so she sat down in front of her, And Ileana's like, get away from me, get away from me. I'm not giving you anything, get away from me. And she finally was like, I'm going to just give you paw. And she gave her paw and threw the whole fucking bowl of cereal all over the goddamn place. And I didn't work that morning.
You can't even be mad at her at it.
Well, I was like still laying in bed. Ileana was definitely mad at her.
Yeah, I'm sure,
I was still laying in bed, and I like heard a shriek like the freaking world was ending. So I had to quick get dressed and run out there. I was like, "What the hell happened?" And Ileana's got like cereal, like milk and cereal, like all down the front of her. She was not happy. She was really not happy.
Chloe's the same way, but with her poop. My other dog, Chloe.
Maybe with her poop. She's excited about her poop?
No, I don't know. I think she's the rescue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just to clarify for everybody. But anyways, she's another German Shorthair Pointer. She was trained as a gun dog. And it shows. You know, she's definitely a hunter. But I think she was kept outside mostly. She's one of those dogs that just doesn't care what they step on.
Oh, Daisy's like that. I think that's just because.
Maybe it's just something that some dogs have it, some others.
Yeah, Nala steps on sap and she's like walking around. She won't even put that paw on the ground.
Right. Yeah. And never. But anyways, you have to be careful with Chloe because when she's done pooing, you can't just stand there and clean up behind her because there's a chance she's gonna flick shit all over you, like because she wants to bury.
Yeah,
you know.
I've never had a dog that does that.
Oh, it's so fucking annoying. I have to admit that she's a really nice dog. Other than that part makes me nuts because it's like I have to be in defensive mode when she decides to poop.
I guess mine might do it because I have the fenced-in yard, so I don't really know. Like they go out there and they just do their own thing.
Yeah.
So they might do it. I've never seen them do it. Well, you have to like go out with them.
Yes.
Like you have to take your dogs out.
Yes.
Which I like respect a ton because I can't imagine doing that. I had to do that for Nala for the first year because I lived in an apartment.
That's right.
And it was terrible.
Yeah, it's a little tough, especially since basically it's a 3-story condo.
Yeah.
So it makes it a little bit harder. I mean, really, it's only about a half a flight of steps to get down to the first floor for where we're mostly at anyways.
Yeah.
But it's not that bad.
I mean, I just slide the door open and like, get the fuck out of here.
Like you still got to walk over there and open the door. So you're really doing about half of what I'm doing already.
I guess. Yeah, but I don't have to be out there the whole time. I can slide the door open and then shut the door behind him and go back to whatever I was doing.
See, I just clean it, but the difference is you have to go search out your poops.
That's true. I actually tell Nala, usually when I go to pick it up, I tell Nala to, I mean, I don't know if she has any idea what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But she seems to be, she always finds poop. So I'm like, Nala, go find poop. And she'll like go sniff the piles and I'll just follow her around and pick up the poop.
This is the poop episode.
That's why I paid all that money for a hunting
dog. I can't believe
dog.
this is the poop episode.
Well, we just
you started off with a bang. I mean, poop on the
kitchen. She shit right on the table.
Yeah.
I can't I'm so mad about it. I'm like really mad. Like she's lucky I didn't come home and see her. Fucking shitting on the table.
Maybe we should just change the topic. What else did you do this week? So you went down, you saw some family. You had dog mishaps.
I mean, she screwed me up real bad. My knee's all swollen.
Oh, that's right.
Daisy,
she ran into
Daisy
really
got
bad.
me really good, and she knocked over me. So that was actually where I was going. When we went to the neighbor's house. We brought the two of them over there, and they got them all riled up. Like the neighbors were playing with them. They got them all riled up, and Daisy and Nala started chasing each other, and they were having a blast chasing each other. And all in one go, she ran Daisy. Nala ran like right between all four of us.
Yeah.
But she cut it really close to the neighbor's wife and myself. And Daisy ran, and this lady she broke her ankle really, really bad, maybe 5 or 6 months ago, and she just finished up with physical therapy. Her ankle is still like really swollen up. Daisy just flipped her. Like Nala ran through.
Oh, so she got both of you?
Yeah, Nala ran through because I stopped her.
Oh.
I mean, she crunched me, but I stopped her. She ran clean through the lady. And then she ran because I think it was because she hit the back of the lady and she hit the front of me because we were like facing each other like this. Yeah. So she ran through the back of the lady.
She just fall over. And
she ate it pretty good.
Oh, she flew.
Yeah. And then she ran straight into the front of me, and my knee like hyperextended, like popped. And they were like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And I was like, "Oh yeah,
it'll be great.
That's gritting my teeth.
Can't wait to go to work."
But she got us really good. I felt so bad for her because she got up and she's like rubbing her ankle and stuff, and I was like, "Oh my God, this lady just broke her ankle again." Daisy just broke her ankle.
Lawsuit.
But so that was more or less all of what we did. I talked to a lot of Ileana's family members about the podcast and stuff like that too. I showed a couple of them.
Yeah, they all go, "Ha ha ha ha."
Yeah, that's stupid.
That's stupid.
Yeah, that's so cool. I hope you don't quit your job.
They'll get better. I mean, just hang in there. They'll get better. I don't even.
What?
Give us some comments, I guess. You can.
Well, I would like people to give us comments so we know what we're doing good.
Yeah, I know we will.
Of course, they're gonna get better. That's how things work. I'm doing it after all.
You're what now?
I'm doing it, so it's gotta be good.
Oh, okay. So letting the narcissism flow. Well, my week hasn't been too bad. Only worked a couple days this week. Most of my Uber fares were pretty decent. No one was a major asshole of any type, so I can't complain about that at all.
Did you do any Easter Uber?
I did not. I don't like working the weekends for that stuff, because I think we're such a huge college town. I just don't want to.
Well, I think Albany. Oh no, that's not right now. I was gonna say I thought their spring break was now, but it's
no. Everything's like staggered around here. Yeah, even the public schools seem to be staggered.
Yeah.
The charter
it is.
schools
like
are
the school like up the street is on spring break this week. Yeah. I think.
But yeah, so that was pretty uneventful for me this week. It hasn't been that bad. Been watching a little bit of baseball. Can't believe the Rays.
Yeah.
I mean,
we were talking about this at work a little bit with one of the guys. Would you be, and obviously I know this will never happen, would you be happy if a team went 162-0?
I would be questioning a lot of things.
That would be sick, though, wouldn't it?
It would be sick, but the odds are like, people will be going, someone's cheating.
I don't see the Rays cheating.
Well, I'm not saying they are. I'm not saying they are. I'm just saying if you were to go.
Yeah, I know. I understand what you're saying. Like, not right now, but if they were to go 162-0, you'd be
you
like,
gotta be cheating.
Okay, yeah.
You have to be.
Yeah, I don't know if you have to be. What are they right now? Are they 12-0 right now or 13-0?
I can't remember. All I know is like today is the day if they're supposed to like break the record. I think maybe
they were supposed. I'm looking right now, so that's why.
But there was some.
They should have lost yesterday, or I don't know if "should have" is the right word. They could have lost.
There was a hell of a catch, wasn't there?
Yes.
Like someone made a really awesome catch.
They are 12-0. They'll be tying the record today
with the Brewers.
Yes, if they go 13-0.
Wow.
And we have Kluber pitching, who has been trash for us.
So they're gonna kill you guys.
We have Corey Kluber pitching, who is 0-2 with almost a 7 ERA.
Oof.
They have Jeffrey Springs pitching, who is 2-0 with a 0.00 ERA.
How many innings pitched?
13.
Ooh.
So that should be good. That should be a pleasant.
They must have a decent bullpen.
That should be a decent game.
Oh man, are they? I can't remember. Are they at Boston?
No, I think they're in Tampa Bay.
Okay.
Because this is the start of their road trip, I believe. Man, I hope they win.
Well, I do too. Streaks like that, those are cool.
Like that, and I'm a diehard Red Sox fan. I hope they win.
Maybe we should get on DraftKings. Bet that.
You'd think the bets would start to be going like they have to lose. You think Las Vegas and stuff would start to be like,
it's got to be.
They have to lose at some point.
Yeah, it's got to be. I wonder when it really starts to ramp up. Is it like at 20 games?
I would think not. I would think right about now. The all-time record is 13 games.
No, it's not. For starting the
Yeah,
season.
starting the season.
Yeah,
Yes.
the
Yeah,
season.
yeah.
Yeah, because I think during the season is what?
No, isn't it crazy long?
It's 21.
I thought it was more than that.
Let's see. I think the A's tied or beat it in that I forgot what year it was, but it was a Yankee record, I believe, for a long time. I want to say it was 21.
26 games.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it still the Yankees?
No, Giants.
Oh, it's Giants. Okay.
Cleveland.
So that was an AL record versus an
in
NL
2017. Record. Cleveland won 22 straight games. 20 games. A's and Yankees are both. Oh no, A's have 21.
Yeah.
Which beat the Yankees 20.
20. And that was an old from the days of Mantle or something, right?
I actually haven't been watching a ton. 1947.
Ooh. Long time ago.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Other than that, I've been watching a lot of late night baseball because I got that puppy. I was just like, I hate getting up in the middle of the night, so I just been kind of waiting for that first out, and then she'll sleep for like 6 hours. So I'm up till like 11:30, 12 o'clock at night, just watching
baseball,
West Coast baseball, basically.
I've been doing a ton of reading.
Yeah.
I really have not been watching much, but that's because the Red Sox aren't like worth watching.
Yeah, that's how I feel about my A's.
I mean, I guess you could say the other way, actually, because the Red Sox are they're scoring like 9 runs a game, and they're losing over half their games.
I root for the opposite team when I watch the A's now.
I hate Alex Cora. I'm going to throw that out there still. I think I talked about that on one of the previous unaired ones too.
It's not his fault. You guys have had some bad injuries too already.
Yeah, but he's a cheater.
Well, yeah. What do you? I mean, you're stuck with him. I mean,
well, I'm not. I was the only time I've ever not been. I'm a Jason Varitek fanboy.
Yeah.
And the only time I ever, and now I'm not even gonna get the right guy. Bobby Valentine, right?
Yeah.
Was it Bobby Valentine the one that took the captainship away from Jason Varitek?
I don't recall.
So it was either Bobby Valentine or Farrell.
Okay.
One of the two of them took. Jason Varitek had been a captain for 13 years?
Right.
And he took the C off of Jason Varitek because he said he's the only captain of the team.
Oh, because he's the manager?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, some people are like that. That's weird ego stuff.
I stopped watching baseball and I said I'm not watching another Red Sox game until he's fired.
Until Valentine's gone.
And I think it was Bobby Valentine.
He's pretty wild, dude.
He got fired.
He's not a terrible manager.
Well, he got fired that year.
Did he?
He took it away. He took the captain's thing away from Varitek, and he got fired that year. And that was also Veritek's last year. He retired.
What was that shit earlier? Was it last week on St. Louis?
I don't know.
You didn't see that?
No.
So St. Louis manager called out one of his guys. I can't remember the guy's name now. I want to say Johnston, but I don't think it is. But anyways, he's going around third. There was a hit at the outfield, and he felt like he didn't run to the plate hard enough, and then called and instead of.
Did he make it to the plate?
No, he was called out.
Oh,
he was called out.
Okay.
And it's debatable. If you watch it, it's very debatable. You could say, oh yeah, maybe he could have run harder. Maybe he could have run harder. I don't know. Not in his body. You don't know.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, it's like, dude, if you're a manager, isn't the last thing you want to do
just call out your own guys?
Call out your own guys.
Yeah.
In media.
And the thing that most Red Sox, if I remember correctly, because I was pretty young, but the thing that most Red Sox fans got really mad about was it's not like Varitek did anything. Varitek was still being Varitek. He's a great defensive catcher. His bat's but Varitek was being Varitek. He was a team leader. He was just being Varitek. And Bobby Valentine was like, I'm the only captain on this team. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I think that's funny because I and team.
But that was the only time I went back to watching the Red Sox just about every single day. But that was the only time I went on like a 60 or so game thing where I was like, I'm not watching a single fucking pitch. I don't care.
I'm taking my ball. I'm going home.
Hey, you got fired. because of me.
Because you specifically. I wish more. I wish that owners could be somehow removed for
I mean,
not,
they
for
can
not,
be
for
removed,
no
it's just-
for no competition.
Yeah. Well, they
Right?
can
Yeah.
technically.
Oh, can is there?
I
is
believe
there a
isn't
thing?
there a vote that no, not fans.
No, not by fans.
Oh, I thought that was right.
No, MLB.
I thought there was an ownership vote, or is that just football? Football has an ownership vote for like non-competition. There's a whole bunch of list.
Oh, if you're not competing?
Yeah,
No kidding.
yeah. They can force you to sell a team
Oh, I would love to see
like
that.
very easily too. It only needs like 67% of the vote or something. It's not like it has to be unanimous. Like they can just be like,
NFL is a little bit easier though to kind of live in as a team, right? Like
they also have a big thing with the NFL where
aren't their profits shared a little bit easier in
Yes.
the NFL?
but they also have a thing which also makes it kind of easier, I guess. They have not the same for the A's, but they put a big emphasis on single owners. They want every team to be single owned. Like
So
like
it's not a group ownership.
Yes.
Why?
I don't know, because I guess it's easier to get rid of them. I'm not
Oh,
sure, but
oh.
they have a pretty big focus on that, because I know that they were talking about that recently with the sale of the Commanders being like up in the air, or they're talking about selling the Commanders. Like, well, they are for sale. A group put a bid in, and they're waiting on Jeff Bezos because everyone's pretty sure Jeff Bezos is going to buy them.
Really?
And they're waiting on Bezos to put his bid in, because they much rather have just Bezos than a group.
That's like pocket change for that dude.
I know. That's what they keep saying, is like the group that they put together was like an 11-person group, and they just put in the like 5.6 billion or whatever it is, where Bezos can literally just be like, I'll sell fucking 1,000 shares of Amazon and we can buy the team in cash.
But the sports franchises, if you have the money to invest in them,
Yeah, but are they really worth it?
yes.
No.
Maybe not now.
I was gonna say,
Maybe
because
not
they have
now.
to they have to plateau at some point. They
Maybe
have
not,
to.
Maybe not now, but like when Jordan, I
Yeah.
think he got in with
the Bulls, or not the Bulls.
Charlotte,
Yes,
right?
yeah, the Hornets.
Yeah, and he took that franchise and made it worth
And he just
boatload of money.
Yes. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But now I would assume that there's only so much. There's only so high they can go.
I don't know.
Because that's like, what's his name? Even only a couple years ago, Dan Snyder, piece of shit, but Dan Snyder,
Well, explain who Dan Snyder is.
He's the owner of the Washington Commanders, and he is. I mean, let's be real. There's probably not many owners of professional baseball teams, billionaires, that aren't shady, but he's like particularly shady and shitty.
Oh, okay.
He has. There's been probes, like he has all sorts of sexual harassment claims against him, unsafe working environment. He makes Washington cheerleaders pose naked.
So
for
he's just
him,
kind
and
of a gross person in general.
right.
So he's not just like, I mean, there's Steinbrenner shady.
No, not
and
like
then
that.
there's,
No, not like good at what they do shady,
Right.
like gross, creepy shady.
Yeah.
But
That
he
is-
bought the team not that long ago.
Yeah.
And it's worth like 4-something billion more than it was when he bought it. So it's like there has to be a point at some point when it stops.
You would think. And again, inflation.
Yeah, I guess. What?
When a beer is $20 at the game. I mean, years ago, I went to San Francisco games at their new ballpark. It's not new anymore now, but
Yeah.
I remember this is back in the early 2000s, and it was like 2002, and a large beer was $24.
That's insane. Because I remember going to Fenway in like 2004 and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I go like every year, so I've seen it go way up. But I remember being like a kid going to Fenway and stuff, and you could get like a whole thing, not a beer because I wasn't drinking, but like you could get like food and your drink. You pay like $7 for like a basket of chicken tenders or whatever, or a hot dog and everything. And you pay like $7. Now it's like $40 to like eat.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And we talked about taking the podcast to a game, and I'm like,
maybe City Field or something.
yeah, maybe
City Field or Fenway.
go to
or
a cheaper
something.
ballpark
Yeah.
or something.
Well, yeah, Fenway's expensive now.
Yes, it is.
And it's the tickets, because I was surprised. The Mets, on paper, should be a very good team. They're not turning out to be all that good.
That's a weird one, right? Yeah.
Like, Fenway tickets are always expensive, I guess. They're always expensive.
You're paying for the ambiance of Fenway.
Yeah.
And they know they can charge for that.
Well, it's also, have you been to Fenway?
No, I want to go. That's one of the parks I want to go bad.
We should definitely go to Fenway. I really like the street around Fenway and everything.
Yeah.
Like it's a really nice, it's a fun park to go to.
So it's just, okay. So
they like have all the streets closed off.
Okay.
So you can like walk them all.
Okay.
And it's all like
like
baseball
souvenirs
shops,
and stuff like that. Kind of like going to Cooperstown, sort of. Right?
Kind of, yeah.
That's fun.
It's really fun.
So I don't know. Should we say this? Is there a possibility we could do a Cooperstown podcast?
I think it's definitely in the works. We should save it a bit.
Okay, well, that's the last we'll tease of it then. There's
a potential Hall of Fame visit idea.
Ooh,
yeah,
that's exciting.
It is. I want to go back to football a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing that's really interesting if Bezos buys the Commanders. So there's a couple really interesting things because I've heard ideas. And like I'm not a reporter or anything, so I don't have any like proof or sources or anything like that.
Right.
But I've heard ideas of him buying the team and essentially using it as a marketing campaign. I'm not sure how realistic this is.
Can you imagine what Amazon will look like? It'll look nothing. It'll just be jerseys.
Well, I saw that. No, like the opposite. Oh. Not Amazon is going to be used as a marketing thing for the Commanders.
Okay.
They were more talking about the Commanders are going to be used as marketing for Amazon.
Oh, yeah.
Like they were talking about potentially changing the name to the Washington Prime. And like they had like mock-up. And again, I don't know if this is like all fake stuff. They had like mock-up jerseys. And they were like essentially the Amazon logo, like the Prime logo.
It seems very feasible to me, especially since...
I mean, that's like capitalism.
Especially since this year. Have you noticed on the jerseys?
Yeah.
Things have changed on the jerseys.
Yeah, but that's not bad.
It's not terrible yet.
Yes.
Right. The things that bother me about the jerseys this year,
I think they'll keep
is the Nike logo.
Yeah.
Right here. That just bugs.
Why?
I don't know, but it really bugs me because it's not something that's ever been there before.
Yeah, but so what? Things
do change. They do.
They gotta make
I'm just
money.
telling you, as an older baseball fan, I'm like, I don't really dig it.
I mean, if there was big logos all over the place, I'd be like, all right, this is
but
stupid.
I've also seen patches, like advertisement type of patches.
I'm okay with that.
I'm not okay with that. I think it looks like turds, man.
I don't think it looks that bad.
It's like walking turd billboards on our jerseys.
Are
you going to buy a jersey that says, like, Petco?
No, I hate Petco.
No. Or what is Boston?
If they had, like, Patagonia on there, I'd buy some Patagonia. I'd buy a jersey that says Patagonia. Or Yeti or anything like that. I
don't know. I say you leave the jerseys for the team stuff. Like a really good example is your Brady jersey up behind you.
Yeah.
It's got that really cool Buccaneer ship.
The emblem. Yeah.
The emblem. Yeah. On both sleeves. That looks cool. It's all on brand, man.
I guess.
It's a great way.
I'm not opposed.
It's a great way of making money. I understand what
it's a really good way of making money, and it's interesting stuff too. Because then I mean, I just
wish it was more on brand.
I don't know of like a good example, but like, what if you get like a jersey? What if you have like that Brady jersey or something, and instead of one of the Buccaneer ships, it's like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a cool brand, and eventually it's like a collector's item. It's almost like.
I mean, I guess.
Depends how they do it. I guess. I don't know.
I wish they would just.
I'm not opposed to it.
I agree with you on that part. Like, if it's going to be like the Buccaneer jersey, then have it be on brand. Maybe Disney is doing a new Pirates of the Caribbean movie that year.
That'd be cool.
I don't know.
Well, that'd be cool.
I think that's total shit.
You don't think that's a bad idea? You think that's a bad idea?
It's terrible. I just don't want to see that.
Like that. It's cool stuff.
I just like watching. I like watching the game. I don't necessarily need that distraction.
But that actually kind of buys in with a little bit of the next thing I was going to talk about.
What do you got?
With
what's the hot take?
Well, no, this isn't a hot take.
Oh.
It's an interesting topic that I'd like to touch upon. With the same thing, if Bezos buys the Commanders,
he calls it Prime.
No, not that, because that's
gross.
one of the things that I heard. But one of the other things that they were talking about was he just bought Thursday Night Football. Like he bought essentially, it's a bid.
Play on Prime.
Yes, on Prime Video. So he bought it last year. Last year was the first year he bought a.
So if you want to watch Thursday Night Football, you have to have it on. You have to get Prime.
Yep.
Ouch.
And he bought that, and he bought like a very good broadcast team.
Yeah.
So they're doing it like an NFL game. Like it's not like it's done really well, but it's on Prime. He's got his own broadcasters. He has his own like everything.
See, I'm not a football guy, as you know.
Yeah.
Was there any blowback on that
No,
from people?
not really.
They didn't care?
No.
Really?
No, because I think they have some YouTube has a game once a week or something now.
Well, yeah, they're carrying a bunch of different things
on like YouTube TV or whatever it is.
Yeah, they carry all sorts of baseball.
So they do that. So people weren't really upset, but the issue comes with if he buys a team now, how's that going to work? He's going to own broadcasting rights to the NFL and own an NFL team.
Yeah, there's definitely.
You'd think there would definitely be a conflict of interest
for sure. I don't know how that would work because if his team plays.
Yeah, well, like, or is the Redskins? Oh, sorry, that's not the Redskins anymore. That's not okay.
What are they now?
The Commanders.
That's right.
If I was purchasing the Washington Commanders, I would be changing the name immediately again. I don't like the Commanders at all.
You like the Guardians?
I like the Guardians more than the Commanders.
I picked up a lady.
They had, sorry,
go ahead.
But they had talks originally, which I guess there was a bunch of like blowback with it and stuff, which I'm sure Bezos could deal with or fix, not blowback. But I know originally they were going to change the name from the Redskins to the Washington Redhawks, and the fans really, really liked it.
Yeah.
But I guess somebody bought the rights to the name before they could like officially change the name.
So they could fleece them.
So they were trying to like not extort them, but they were trying to get them to buy the name.
Like what they do,
from
what
them.
people did with .com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm sure Bezos could just buy the name if he really want. I like Redhawks way better than Commanders. I think Commanders is stupid. And Redhawks, you can keep all of the same. Like, a lot of people really like the Washington Redskins. Like not the imagery, but like the name and the watermark on the logo on the jerseys and all that stuff. They really like the Redskins, like the typography, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So a lot of people were like, you can keep all of the exact same stuff. The R, you can keep all of it the same if you do the Redhawks.
Yeah. Maybe it's still too close. I don't know. I would agree with you. It seems cooler than just Commanders.
Yeah, the Commanders are stupid.
I don't even like the Guardians that much.
I'm not a huge fan, but
yeah.
I don't
understand
hate the
why. I totally get why. Because they were named without regard for a certain people.
Like I do get it, and I like. There's no reason to be. So I have a couple different not issues with it, but like I had a couple friends in college I went to an area that was very close to some Native American reservations.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of Native American students at our school,
right.
And that was going through right around the time that the Guardians were changing their name.
Okay.
And most of them were like, I just don't give a shit. Like I just don't care.
Probably
like
not.
That's not a problem. Like we don't have. That's not causing us any problems. Like I can kind of understand the Guardians, before their thing was cartoonish, like it was. I guess you could take it a little insulting.
Yeah, but you could say the same thing for the Braves. I've seen the Braves.
Yeah, that's also cartoonish. I agree with that.
I wonder why they don't change that.
And there's but the Redskins, the Redskin logo was like a war chief,
right?
Like a portrait of a war chief. Like it was like
something along those lines.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's a sticky subject.
It is a sticky subject. I talked to I picked up a lady the other day from Cleveland, and I asked her about it. I go, "What do you think about the name change?" She says, "It's really not that big a deal. It's the hometown team. You're supposed to root for the hometown team if you're from there. That makes total sense. But it's really sad in a way to see that name change because that name change goes with all those greats, all those Indian greats.
Yeah.
I mean, Satchel Paige played for the Indians.
And they like retro fitted it too. So like now if you look on like the MLB like the stats and stuff of previous years, they're Guardians now.
They put it all the way back.
Because that's what I was just looking up there. It says in 2001 or whatever when Cleveland won. The reason why I just noticed that was it was the Cleveland Guardians, and all of the records here are Cleveland Guardians, all the way back to 1964. No.
That goes back a long way.
Yeah, it's Cleveland Guardians.
Wow. Well, honestly, though, I mean, it's not.
It doesn't matter.
It
all
doesn't
that much.
matter.
It's the name
that
that's
much.
on the jersey.
It's just the name. But that is weird. It's weird to see.
It's a tough one.
Yeah.
Well, it's not. I shouldn't even say it's a tough one because it's not really. If anyone, especially, I don't know if anyone. See, that's the part that I find it like. It's not if anyone finds it offensive. If anyone of that group finds it offensive, if even one person of that group finds it offensive, then it should be changed. If you're using a derogatory term, and like the Redskins, that's a derogatory term.
Yes.
The Cleveland Indians wasn't a derogatory term. The picture was cartoon. Oh, I guess it is actually. It is. You're right.
Yeah, because it's
so it's a derogatory term. So then it should. If someone is offended by that, if any Native American is offended by that, then it should be changed.
Yeah.
But if some freaking random ass white dude is offended by it, then he can go to hell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's not your group. It's not the group that the.
It's
you know
not.
What I mean?
I mean, you could throw your weight behind them and cheer.
Yeah, you can. That's a whole different thing. If you show support for people that are being oppressed and everything like that, that's a whole different thing.
Right. Ugh, I don't know. Did you watch The Mandalorian?
I haven't watched an episode of The Mandalorian since the dark one.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, it was pretty good.
I'm gonna watch them. I just haven't gotten the chance. We've been down there, downstate.
Man, so much for our pop culture for the week.
We got sports. We talked about sports.
You killed the Mandalorian. No, it was pretty good. That was one of their better episodes this week, I would say.
I'm gonna watch it. I haven't seen since the last one that I was complaining about being so dark. I haven't seen them. That was like what 3 weeks ago now.
Yeah, you've been pretty busy. Then.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I had time for it. It seems like every time we watch something, we're like, watch 10 minutes,
and
then
stop
you got
for the dog.
Stop for the dog. Yeah, no doubt about it. So what do you got the rest of the day? You're gonna do? You're gonna build a flower?
We're doing a wildflower garden right outside this wall here. Nice. Me and Tom.
It's just gonna be wildflowers.
Yeah. Because most wildflowers bloom early, so they're really good for like the gardens and stuff because they get pollinators in here early.
I thought you have to that's like a 2-year process.
It is. It won't be.
Oh, okay.
This year, the seeds and everything will be planted this year. The plants will grow this year, but it'll be next year that it's.
So I was gonna do mine like commando style. I was gonna go all around my neighborhood.
Yeah, just throw wildflowers.
Seeds.
I mean, it would do it. It would
eventually.
Work. Yeah. But I got like all sorts of like daisies and all sorts of flowers and everything for up here that are native up here. I'm trying to minimize the amount of grass I have. Grass is bad for the environment.
What do you mean? Just because you have to mow it and all that?
No, it's bad. It's just grass
Mitch doesn't want to mow his lawn.
No, I don't mind mowing. I have a good time mowing.
Kidding.
It's relaxing.
It is.
Get out of the house. I don't have to listen to Ileana.
It's better for the environment.
It's better for the environment because it's grass doesn't give any like benefits.
There's nothing back.
Yeah,
nothing gives back. Yeah.
Where like native gardens are like super good for pollinators and bees, and we have all sorts of honeybees up here. So I would like to do what I can for them. They're also really good for gardens, and I have a huge garden outside, and it's expanding this year.
Would your neighbors care if you started keeping bees?
So I would like to keep bees or chickens, and I haven't decided which.
You can't do both?
I just don't think I have enough space here.
Oh. I know you have to have certain depends on where you live. I know in California you got to have a certain amount of feet away from other people.
So that's the chickens have to be. So I have a decent piece of property.
Yeah.
But the issue is it's like triangular shaped.
Yeah.
And you have to be in where I live. About to name drop. Where I live, you have to be. I believe it's 250 feet away from your property line. And since my yard's like a big triangle, the only place that's 250 feet away from the property line is, I believe, like right outside this window.
That sucks.
So, like, if I want to put a chicken coop, it has to be like right here, which I don't really want to do.
No, that'd be loud as hell.
Yeah. So I'm working on there's a couple like caveats. Like I could get quails because quails don't have that easement. Like they can go within 6 feet of your property line.
Do pheasants, man.
I don't really want to do pheasants.
Come on, man. Help me out with my hunting dog.
I don't want to. I also thought about guinea hens because that's the same type of thing. There's no
That's actually I think that's a better pick anyways.
Guinea hens?
For the fact that you'll have your tick population.
Yeah, but they don't have. I want the eggs.
Oh,
And I mean, they still lay eggs, but they're not.
they're pretty small.
Yeah, they're
right?
not. It's like quail eggs. They're not. I mean, quail eggs are good.
Are they?
Yeah, not
Never
bad.
had 'em.
Tom gives me a lot.
He has quail?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's got like 60.
really?
Yeah, he's got a lot of quail.
Damn. Tom is just like a homestead
That's what he does.
dude. Reminds me of one of my uncles and his wife.
Dog's over here snoring. I thought my phone was going off, and Nala snoring. But yeah, bees can go pretty much anywhere on your property.
Yeah.
It's the same like 6-foot easement or whatever it is.
Okay.
So you have to be within 6 feet of the property line.
So, fishing
When are we going?
soon. Oh, I actually have a time set up. I was going to ask you about it. Not
I'm in.
this Friday, but the following Friday.
If it's in the well, I'd have to see what. Do you know what day?
It'll be. I just said Friday.
Well, I meant like date.
It's like the 21st.
Let's take a look. Let's look at my
Anyways,
schedule right now.
I was thinking we would meet Tim.
I work 9 to 5. I could probably change it.
Yeah, if you can get off early,
I could probably do 7 to 3.
do that because I'm gonna meet him up there around 4:30 at our famous spot. You know where that's at.
Yeah.
And then maybe we should charge up our GoPros.
Yeah, get a little camera action.
Yeah, and then we'll be able to show some maybe for next week or something.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I was texting Tom. That was another thing that happened this weekend.
So pick up. Do you have stuff for what we're gonna do up there?
Trout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You certain?
Medium
for,
light?
for trolling.
All that stuff.
For trolling, like
Yeah.
with
What
spoons.
do you want? Medium light and spoons.
Yeah, you need a medium light, and then
Yeah. I mean, I have.
lake clear wobblers,
Okay.
and
a harness, right?
Gamogatsu.
Just text me. Text
size
me.
12. We're sharing this with the people.
Okay. Well, I'll buy them at Cross Gates. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I'll buy them at Cross Gates. I'll stop by Cross Gates
Okay.
after work.
So you need a flasher and Gamogatsu size 10 or 12
Okay.
bait hook.
And you just paddle.
And do they have worms down there?
They do. The order. Yes, they do.
Can you get worms for us?
Big reds. What type?
Just a normal earthworm like what we used to sell.
Not the red trout worms.
No.
Okay.
No, just the regular.
How many you want?
Earthworms. Get us three packages.
All right, I'll change my schedule tomorrow or something,
Okay. Appreciate that.
and I'll do that.
And then we'll share that with everybody.
Yeah, it should be
That'll
fun. I've never done this with them. I've gone fishing. Well, actually, I have not gone fishing a lot with you.
No, we haven't. No. We've done it a few times, a couple times bass fishing.
Yeah,
boats and
because
stuff
that's
like that,
mostly what I
Saratoga
fish is
Lake,
bass.
Now is the time of year to get out there and get our trout. So
Well, the water's still cool. It's good for the trout too. You're not doing too much damage to them.
So we'll be doing some lake clear wobbler trolling, and we're not going to tell you.
It works good. I've seen pictures from you guys.
It takes time to learn.
I've only fished that lake one time now. I fished it with Tom.
Oh, you did go up top?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What'd you guys do? Just go up there and jig?
We did some bass fishing, really.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's also that's what's cool about that.
It's not a bad lake
because it's got great bass. Yeah. It's got great trout. The trout is a lot of fun. I think we should be able to put you on trout pretty easy.
Yeah, I'm sure. I know what I'm doing too. It's not like I'm.
Yeah, but it took us a while to figure that place
that's
out.
All of them are trial and error stuff.
Yeah.
Like we fished at Saratoga twice a week for like 3 years, and by the end of it, we caught
boring.
We caught 30 bass a day.
It's boring.
You just know exactly where they are.
Yeah, Tim and I love going back up into the river back there with the kayaks because it's just so challenging to pull out fives on your kayak.
It's not. I don't know. I'm always. You know my thing. I don't care about the size of the fish I'm catching. I just like being out fishing, and I like catching fish.
Oh, I agree 100%. Yeah, 100%.
So I'd rather, if I had to choose between, because I always talk shit about the creek. We're going up in the creek.
Yeah.
I would rather be out in the main lake catching 30 bass than be in the back catching 2 lunkers.
Oh, I don't think we ever we get numbers too.
I guarantee outnumber you on Saratoga Lake any day.
Wow.
Any day.
Throwing down.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, better get your boat back.
Well, that's true. I would need a boat. I'll take Tim's. You guys could take the kayak.
I think we would still kill you.
Not in numbers. No way.
I think so.
No way. That one day with
Tim Tim alone is a fish catching machine.
I mean, I know he knows what he's
you
doing.
could spit on the ground, he'll catch a fish.
There's no way. We'll make that an episode. We'll do a little competition. You and Tim versus me and Mike. I get Mike.
That's not even fair.
That's not fair.
Mike has lived on that lake.
Yeah, he'll catch 60 bass himself.
Mike probably has bass in his backyard just in case he's going to a tournament.
Hey, they got those. Remember the lead weight guys?
Yeah.
Ohio, right?
Yeah.
They got like criminally charged now.
Ooh.
Yeah. Because apparently they allegedly, because it is very hard to prove.
Yeah.
But they have done it they've done it to like 10 or 15 other tournaments and won prize money. So now they're being held like criminally liable for whatever. I don't know. I don't know
how far this goes back. Does it kill all the LCI derbies for the last 20 years? That sucks if that's true.
You'd think they would pick up on that sooner though, because you can look at a fish and be like, this fish is not 7 pounds. Like you can pick up a bass and be like, that's not what this like. I'm looking at the bass. It's not.
I agree with you, but the only issue is at those weigh-in centers, they're doing it.
Well, they're trying to get the
if
fish
you're coming
back
at
in.
the end, you're trying to do it really quick.
Yeah.
So
that's that's crazy.
I find that really disgusting.
No, it is.
Yeah.
I've always said we did. So they have tournaments on Saratoga Lake, and me and my brother fish Saratoga all the time. We fish, especially like after I started working with you. We went pretty much twice a week, the whole summer. We went to Saratoga, and I swear to God, we haven't been skunked in probably 3 years.
I don't. Yeah, I believe you.
Well, Saratoga, it's a fairly easy lake.
Yeah.
But so we were like, let's do a tournament. Like we do really well on this lake. We're always doing well on this lake. Yeah. Let's do a tournament at Saratoga. So we entered one of the tournaments. We got out there. We couldn't catch a fucking fish.
Got destroyed.
We got skunked. It was literally like the first time in like 3 years we got skunked. We're sitting there. We're like, we went to the other launch and we got out at the other launch. We were like, I'm not even fucking going back. We're not even going back to the tournament. We just left.
Just screw it.
We were like, fuck that.
Wow. What was that, a Thursday night one?
Yeah.
That surprises me a little bit because the lake shouldn't have had any pressure.
No.
Yeah.
And we never, honest to God, it had probably been 3 years since the last time we've been skunked on that lake. And we went out there so confident. We were like, this is going to be, like, we're going to do well. We know where all the spots are. We know every spot on that lake, or pretty much every spot on that lake.
Tim is ready to go.
We got out there and nothing. We didn't get shit.
Tim is so ready to go right now. He's like, I got them. Maybe we should get up there next week. He's like, does Joe put his dock out? I go, do that. Joe doesn't do it.
Joe's. Oh, nothing.
Oh,
I'm not gonna say anything.
Is he okay?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. I honestly haven't talked to him.
Same store?
Yeah, he's still in the same store.
Yeah. Is that the same store as Kathy?
I think so.
Oh.
I don't know that though. No, she's not at that store.
She's up further north.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But I was talking to Tom this weekend.
Yeah.
And I was like, we were texting back and forth, and we were just setting up plans, and because him and I are planning. I don't know if I told you this. We plan on him, I, and another guy plan on doing about a 70-mile hike up the Taconic Crest.
Yeah,
in
that
September.
Sounds like fun.
We're gonna do that in September, and I was talking to him about like all that stuff, and he was like, "All right, let's this weekend on Sunday, let's do a practice hike." So I'm like, "Okay, that sounds good." And he's like, "Where do you want to go?" I'm like, "Wherever you want, pretty much." Like I was like, "Just keep in mind, I'm kind of out of shape, so like nothing crazy. Like we're gonna build our way up to the Taconic Crest hike." And he's like, "Let's do Mount whatever," and I'm like, "All right, let me look it up." So I look it up, and I'm like, "Tom, this is a 36-mile hike."
Dude,
it's like
36. It's like, oh, we'll take it easy on a 36.
It's a two-day hike, 36 miles or something. And I was like,
I guess that's not so bad. You're taking your time during the entire day. You're doing it a little bit better than 15 a day. That's
a lot.
It's actually pretty doable.
It's not with like elevated when you take into account everything else.
That's true.
And I was like, I'm not doing that. I was, I was like, I said like a warm up. We're warming up
What's the warm up gonna be?
Like a day hike. So he was like, okay, well let's do this mountain. And I'm like, okay, let me look that one up. So I look it up. And I'm like, I can't. That's not a place. Like that's just not a place. And he's like,
is he even up for that?
Tom?
Yeah,
I think so. He's a lunatic.
That's true. Yeah, he does. He's got lunacy on his side.
But so he's like, tells me the name, and I like look it up. I'm like, Tom, that's not a place. Like you're just. I think you're making places up now. And he's like, oh, that's the mountain like right across. So have you been to his house?
I've been by it. I know approximately where it's at.
There's a mountain like literally. I say across the street, but he lives out pretty rural.
Yeah.
His is way more rural than mine, and I'm suburban. Yeah. But there's a mountain across the street from
right,
him, and it's that mountain. And he was like,
"There's nothing going up there. What is he talking about?"
That's what I said. I was like,
I don't think there's even a trail.
Well, that's what I said. I was like, is it a place? And he's like, oh yeah, that's like what the locals call it. It's about 7.5 miles to the peak. And I was like, is there a trail? And he goes, no. And
how was that better? Yeah.
He goes, there's a mountain biking trail around the back. And then he shows me like a picture. Hang on, I'm getting our text messages up. He sent me a picture, and he was like, so he sends me this picture, and he goes, it's about 7.5 miles or so. And you see those 2 red dots in the corner there?
Yeah.
That's as far as he's made it.
Dude.
So I was like, you know what?
He's purposely trying to get you.
So I was like, you know what, Tom? Like, whatever, let's go.
No, why don't you?
I was like, let's do it.
Okay.
Because he was like, there's some spots that are really challenging, but I think we can help each other up.
How many miles is it from your place to his?
Miles? Probably 15, 16.
Why don't you try that first? It's all flat road.
Just because that's lame. Who the hell wants to do that?
You're trying to build yourself up.
I'm good. I'm ready. But then he's like, well, what type of pack do you have? He's like, but we're gonna pack. He's like, but we're gonna pack as if we're going on a multi-day hike. I was like, all right, that's fair. Like, okay, the stuff. And I was like, I got a North Face 55 liter like hiking pack, and he's just ripping into my hiking pack. He's like, you got to get like 105 liter, 100 liter, 105 liter. Doing a 3-day hike. Like if we're doing a 3-day hike, I'm like, Tom, I think we're good. He's a crazy person. He's gonna be fun to be on.
He loves that stuff.
Yeah, he does.
All those mountains are his backyard.
Yeah.
Wonder if Tom's got a still up there in the mountains someplace.
I'm don't know.
You're walking up there.
Yeah.
You smell that?
What the hell is that? It smells like skunk over here. Oh, Tom.
That would be funny.
Yeah, I can't wait. He's gonna come over. We're putting window wells.
Oh, he should be here any second.
What time is it?
It's almost 11.
Oh, he's gonna stop and catch some herring.
You going?
We're gonna go striper fishing.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
When?
I don't know. Saturday maybe.
Cool.
What day is today?
Are you gonna get on a boat or?
I have no idea. He says stuff, and I just say okay.
I haven't even. It was like chocolate milk last week.
I'm sure they're running.
Yeah.
At least the herring. I don't know if the stripers made it up here yet.
That's hard to say.
I mean, the herring. Usually the stripers are only like 2 or 3 days behind.
Now with this hot weather, I'm wondering what that's going to do to them.
It cools off though again. Next week.
Next week it does. Yeah.
And water has such a low specific heat; it should be fine.
Yeah.
This hot streak shouldn't affect the run very much.
Okay.
If it gets too hot, they bail.
They'll just turn around,
just go
right?
back. Yeah.
Yeah.
But this shouldn't affect them.
Have you seen what the store down and at the mall looks like for their setup for striper?
I haven't. When I was there the other day though. They had it looking good.
Oh, they did.
Yeah,
okay.
It looked good.
Okay, so they actually have stuff.
Well, I did not look specifically for any striper stuff.
Oh, okay.
I just was in the department, and it looked very nice.
That's
Actually,
good.
the whole store looked pretty good. They're
good.
doing pretty good over there.
That's awesome. Well, man, I got to get going here pretty soon myself. I got to go take a puppy and get inoculations done.
Good, because then she can come meet Daisy.
That's what I want to do really bad. I want to get her out and about and start running
She's
around.
super sweet, so you don't have to. I mean, I know you wouldn't be.
Oh yeah, I'm not worried about it. I'd be way more worried about my other dog. My other dog is kind of a grump.
Yeah. So is this one. Look at her. Do you see her right now?
No, I can't see her.
Fucking calm. She's out.
What is she now? 6?
So she's gonna be 6 this year. Yeah. So she was born, I think, May 9th, and Daisy was born May 8th. So they have almost the same birthday.
Daisy's coming up on a year.
Daisy's almost a year.
Can't wait till I get that.
What?
Can't wait till I hit a year with my dog. In a way, I like.
Yeah, but Daisy's just going through the teenage years now.
She's pretty chill.
She's not bad. She gets a lot of exercise. I play with her for like almost 2 hours a day.
Oh, you got to. Yeah, you got to. That hound in her needs to get out and run.
She's so funny.
Mine's already doing that. Seriously.
What, just running?
But she wants, like, it's minimum 2 hours. She's only going on 11 weeks old.
Yes, you have to kind of mitigate it.
She is now
like, let's go.
Go.
Yeah. I'm sure they'll get along really well, I think.
Oh, yeah. Energy-wise, yeah.
Well, Daisy has, like, a ton of energy, but she's not, I mean, you've seen her. She's not a super fast dog.
She's pretty quick.
She's quick, but she's not, like, Nala's almost as fast as her. She's more of a lumbering dog. She's a larger, heavier dog. She's very
I'm really curious to see how Abby grows, because I'm looking at her feet. I'm going, oh my god, this dog's gonna be 65 pounds.
I thought Daisy was gonna be bigger. Yeah. But she weighs about what I thought she was gonna weigh. She's just not as big.
As tall.
Yeah.
You should get another puppy, man.
I've been thinking about it.
Have you really?
Yeah. You want me to show you?
Fucking nuts.
I'll show the camera too. I almost got it. Me and Ileana have had big fights over this one.
What type of dog?
I'll show you. See if you can tell me.
While you're doing that, I'll show everybody before I go. My little pup. Let's see here. Find a good one for you guys. I don't know. How's that showing up?
You have the Ring camera, or the light is right on her face.
Oh.
Go more. Yeah, there you go. That's not terrible.
A little German short hair.
She's sweet.
Oh, good luck. Row.
Yeah, but that's what people said about.
She's pretty though. Is that the one you're thinking? Oh, are you thinking about that specific one?
I was.
Oh, okay.
He is gone now.
Oh.
But he was expensive. That was more of the reason why.
How much?
Expensive.
Really?
Yeah. Because that's another one. He was like Nala, where his dad was like a black ribbon winning dog, and his mom was a blue ribbon winning dog, and he's absolute purebred bloodhound, and he was not cheap. Like, came from a hunting dog lineage and all that stuff.
Yeah, if you want that type of background, you got to pay a little bit.
Pay big bucks for that.
Yeah. The people we went with, I think we got a decent discount because they had. I think, honestly, I think these people were just run ragged because they had 3 litters come in at the same time, and I know everybody's gonna go, 3 litters, is that a puppy? No, it's not. It's not. These are very reputable people. We would have never gone with them unless they were. But I think that's what happens.
I think
we've got all these puppies. We gotta go.
I would get another dog from the breeders I got Nala from, and they're like very, very reputable. But I do think I got fleeced a little bit with Nala.
It happens, man.
Because
I did on my other dog. I know I did.
So I was in line because they're like super, like you have to say you have to pay for and get a dog like before they're even born with the beagle breeders that she came from. Yeah. So I paid the deposit and everything and got on the list for it was 2 litters down the line. Wow. And they give you a list of it's going to be, they say what what your parents' dogs are gonna like, what your dog's parents are going to be. They have it all planned out, and I think they only breed like once every 2 years. They take a year off and then breed again. But they have like 10 dogs breeding, so it's not like they have a lot of litters.
Yeah.
But so I was in and everything, and then they called me one day and they were like, "We have a 8-week-old female puppy. She's available right now. Owner couldn't pay for her, so she's available." And I was like, "All right, we'll drive down this weekend." So me and my buddy drove down to pick her up, and we picked her up, got her home and everything, and then once we got home, I was like, I don't know. I think she might be a little. I didn't think she was right. She had worms, which is common for puppies.
Yeah.
But she had worms, and then I mean, you've seen her. She's not. They're supposed to be rabbit dogs. The people that they sell, they're rabbit dogs. They train them to be rabbit dogs. So even they encourage you to leave the dogs with them so that they can train them to be hunting dogs, and then you pick them up when they're a year old.
Oh.
And when I had first told them that I wasn't going to do that, they were a little, not upset, but they were like, "We encourage you to do that, especially if you want to use them as a hunting dog." So I wasn't going to do that.
Right.
So, but she doesn't interact with rabbits. She doesn't even give a shit about rabbits. So I'm wondering if they started to train her, and they were like, "This dog's fucking stupid."
Oh, I don't think so.
Or defective or something.
No.
Yeah, but I've heard a lot of stories.
No.
I've heard a lot of stories about true hunting dogs. They're not treated particularly well.
Really?
A lot of times, yeah. Well, I meant, because I say this to people sometimes, and people get a little upset. But this is John knows absolutely not how I treat my dogs. But hunting dogs they're a tool.
That's the problem.
You want your tool to be.
Chloe, my other one. She was used as a tool, and it's painfully obvious.
And you want your tool to be top of the line. So if they had, if someone had bought Nala, and not actually seen her, but if someone had paid a lot of money, because I paid a lot for Nala, if someone had paid a lot of money and wanted a hunting dog, and they started to train her, and they were like, "Ooh, I don't know about this," I could very well see them going, "Okay, well, this guy's not doing our training program, so maybe he wants her, and we'll give him one that we train properly."
I mean, that's a possibility. Yeah, that's a possibility. I mean, that's something you have to weigh out depending on what your lifestyle is. I don't
have a problem with it at all.
Yeah. I prefer, you and I are pretty much on the same page. We like to have dogs that are part of the family.
Yeah.
There's no way I would be like, "Oh, sorry, it's time to put the tool away." We just
that's
just
so crazy.
You can't do that.
And Nala's great. She has a nose on her. She can track anything.
Right.
But and she also turns things. So if you throw toys for her,
yeah,
you can see it's ingrained in her. You throw a tennis ball or something, she turns the tennis ball. So she she's trying to turn a rabbit. She goes and turns the tennis ball. So she has all that stuff in her. But if she sees a rabbit, she could not give less of a shit, which is so crazy.
Maybe she just didn't get born with those instincts or something.
They can be sitting out in the, not anymore because Daisy's here, but they used to be able to be sitting out in the backyard, and I'd let Nala out, and she would just go about her business. She'd just walk around the yard and do her own thing.
I got Daisy pointing out everything.
And now Daisy's like, "We're gonna kill."
Hey, look, that thing has blood in it. Let's go get some.
That was a pretty good episode. That's a good thing to end on.
Yeah, I think we'll end it right there. Next week we'll be back again on a
Thursday.
Yeah. We're hoping to get a little more regular with our times. So
maybe next week.
So maybe next week we'll have one out at 5 o'clock in the morning, so that you guys can listen to it during the day or during your morning or lunch break or whatever it is. But please give us some comments. We want to hear what you guys have to say. Please subscribe.
That's a really big one.
And your likes, dude, I'm not even kidding. I think last week.
Oh, we were blown away.
We were blown away because we didn't expect to see that many people even care.
Yeah.
But I think by day 2 we were over 115 views, and 12 or 13 likes.
They petered off.
But
now.
I'm totally okay with that. That's great. It's a great start. But if you are watching, we want to know. We don't want to know if you're watching. We want to know what you think. So it's important to us. So thank you guys. Appreciate you watching today.
See everybody next week.
Yep.